Hi there friends, welcome to my channel JB's Crochet, and I am Amber coming to you from my camper. So this is Vlogust day 5, and I haven't been doing these daily because, to be honest, I've been busy doing other things, cleaning up tree limbs in my house, or in my yard, not my house, my yard around my house. We got lucky, we're blessed, everyone is safe, our animal is safe, our cat, our camper obviously is safe because we are actually sleeping and hanging in our camper as much as we can while it's hot outside. And we are just praying that power will be restored to our house, hopefully today, as of the recording of this video. But yeah, no, we're good. I keep telling people about it, like I need to tell the whole world about it, but it's like, I don't really need all the, attention about it, so I don't know, I keep doing it to myself. I just want to tell everybody, like, hey, I'm sitting here without power. Oh my goodness. I mean, what else am I gonna do? I'm sitting here with no power. I am actually, for once, I'm sitting in my camper, I'm going like this because my hands don't feel sticky. So I am thinking about trying to get a little bit of crocheting done. Update on my cat's meow blanket. There is going to be a video that has come out before this one airs because I recorded a video of me playing with the pattern. Well, not playing, but like working it up. And come to find out, I measured it after Marianne had mentioned to measure, or she was measuring hers every so often, or I think it was Marianne. Something got me thinking, and I'm pretty sure it was Marianne because I ended up talking to her about it. Something about measuring it. And so I measured it out, and it was 44 inches wide. And I didn't do a swatch test. I don't do swatches. I don't do gauge swatches. Like, I just do it, and if it doesn't work, I frog it and start over. That's how I roll. So yeah, I didn't do a gauge swatch, and I should have, but I don't know, because I don't do them, I feel like I'm good at them, figuring them out. And I feel like if I'm gonna crochet up a gauge swatch, I might as well crochet up the thing and see if it, works. So if I'm gonna put in the time for a gauge swatch, I'm just gonna go ahead and put that time into the project itself. I don't know. I'm just weird like that. So I frogged out the 11 rows that I had worked up in all those color changes. So I was gonna have 4 piles of yarn sitting there until I was, worked it back up. And I didn't want that. I wanted to be able to still move it around. Now it's not portable in the sense of like taking it like on the go in the car or something. But I moved it from my house to my camper so I could work on it when my hands aren't humid, sticky. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Like, when you're humid, your hands are clean, but they get like the sticky feeling, and especially when you're working with the yarn and crochet hooks, I couldn't do it yesterday. I tried to crochet a little bit. I was in my camper, but the heat of the day was causing, or the AC was struggling to keep up with the heat of the day. Excuse me. And so just sitting where I'm at right now, I was getting sweaty and sticky hands. And so I was like, I tried to do one row on my mom's blanket that I had rolled for my Finish It or Focus on It Friday with Marianne, Mama Wench, aka Marianne, or Manamana. I'm not gonna give that up now, Michelle. I'm gonna keep calling her it too. Keep calling her that as well. My brain still isn't full power. I keep joking that our house isn't full power, so my brain's not full power yet, so I'm on generator power. It's not all firing right now. So yeah, I frogged the entire 11 rows, and like I said, I had those 4 piles, and so I actually took and recaked all 4 of those cakes that I had made up that I was using the yarn from, and started over. And started over not once, not twice, but I'm on my 3rd time. I got it to work using a Okay, so I did it twice, and then I told Marianne, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna frog this whole thing and go back, because my measurements kept moving around. And after I measured it, okay, hold on, let me rewind. Squirrel. The first attempt after frogging it, it was only 33 inches, and I'm like, that is not going to be big enough, even when I add the knotted half double crochets. I should have stuck with it, because those knotted half double crochets adds quite a bit of width to it, surprisingly. And please explain to me how that works. How does that stitch add on that much width to an item? So I frogged out the 33-inch foundation half double crochets that I had done in a 6.5, I think it was. Or no, I think I tried it in a 6. So then I went up to a 6.5, thinking, okay, it's got to make it bigger. Well, it did. It only made it bigger by about an inch or two. So I think it was around 34 inches. I'm like, that's still not going to be big enough. But I don't know what I was thinking. Somehow or another, I would have to look back at my conversation with Marianne, because I was talking to her about this, and so she's like, well, measure it after you do 1 or 2 knotted half double crochets and see what happens. So I did. And it came out to, what was it? Oh, I'm trying to remember now. It was between 40 and 41 inches. Oh, I think the second attempt it was like 37 inches or something. So I think I added on a few more inches, not just an inch or two. I think I got it to 34 inches. And so I measured it. I don't know. Sorry about that. I had someone coming in the camper. I am in the camper by myself, and the kids are in the house playing video games. Go figure. Honestly, I can't remember the details from the 2 attempts, to be honest. I just know they didn't come out right. So I was going to frog it all out and start all over again. But then I got this idea in my head. I'm like, well, you know what? I had done it with a 6.5 and a 5.5, and it came out to 40 something, still over 40 inches. And I'm like, I need this to be at least between 35 and 40 inches with the knotted half double crochets for the Boggy Creek. If I was making this for myself, I wouldn't give 2 whatevers how big it was. But it's this one little rule that I have to have it within those parameters for this camp, which is fine. I'm okay with that, if I can do it easily enough. And I'm so stubborn that I want to finish this pattern. I love the pattern. I'm having fun with it when I was actually working it up before I frogged it. It was at 44 inches, y'all. It was 4 inches too big when I had those 11 rows done. I was like, but whatever. It's already frogged, it's already done. So attempt number 3, I think, or 4, I don't know at this point because I can't remember the details. Trying to keep this from twisting on itself. I have my foundation row done of half double. I have done the foundation stitches, you know, the foundation stitch rows. You can do the single crochets, the half doubles, the doubles, and so I've gotten used to doing those. I don't do them for all of my projects, but if it calls for it, I'll do it because I know how to do them. So I've got my foundation half double crochet row done, and I've also got row 1, or technically row 2 of the first 2 rows done of the blanket. And I used a 6.5 on the foundation row, and I went down to a 5.0 to do the knotted half doubles. And y'all, it came out to I think it's measuring between 40 and 41 inches. I'm like, that is close enough. If they are going to be that particular about it, then they can donate it to a staff member. At least it's still going to somebody for free that gets to take it home, that'll enjoy it. That's all I care about. But yes, I do want to make sure that kids get them first. So that is another reason why I am pushing myself, not necessarily to make it perfect, but to get to as close to that number as I can. So I don't know how long this is going to end up being, this blanket, and so I'm hoping that the length will work out. As long as I'm within 40 and 50 inches, perfect enough for me. So I've already shown you guys what this looks like. So this is the foundation row. This is the back side. Here, I'm gonna flip it upside down because if I try to turn it, it's gonna twist my yarn. So I don't want to. You know what? I think I can do it without twisting them, because I can always go back the other way. It's fine. So this is, like I said, a 6.5 and a 5.0. So I got this idea to frog just the first row back out, or the second row back out, and just reduce my hook size. And somehow or another, that helped me reduce it reduce it enough to get it closer to 40 inches. I could, in theory, frog what I have here and start all over, because it doesn't really take that long, but I don't want to frog it anymore. I just want to work on it. I just want to work on it. So, okay. After all that to say, please, if you are attempting this blanket, do not give up. And if you do give up, it's because, like Marianne, she didn't have the passion for it anymore, and it was just causing her to not like crocheting, or even the yarn. It caused her not to like the yarn, so like I understand why she decided to forgo it. I completely understand that. But like, I don't want you guys to watch all this 10 minutes of me explaining the challenges that I have had. The only reason I've had any challenges, or a challenge on this blanket, is keeping it within a certain size. That's the only thing. The actual pattern itself, again, if I wasn't restricted to the size, I would be like halfway done with this blanket by now, because I was easily doing more than 4 rows a day because I enjoyed it that much. I guess I'm just one of the weird ones, and I'm okay with that. But I just wanted to come on here and share with you guys what I have been dealing with it. But again, the last 2 days I haven't touched any crocheting because, well, okay, I can't say any. I've actually touched things because I've attempted to play, to work on things, but just sitting in here, like, I'm sticky here. Like, they haven't quite aired out. But it's cool in the camper. It's just humid. Humid. Our AC in our house is really good with keeping humidity levels a little bit better. I don't think the camper has that same kind of setup because it's not as insulated as our house is. Because like this wall behind me, it's probably only, well, yeah, no, they're not very thick because the windows in here, and the windows are probably only that wide, that deep, from the outside to the inside, just a couple inches. So there's not a whole lot of insulation in this camper. So anyway, I have attempted to play with yarn and hooks the last couple days, but I have not had the mindset nor the energy to do it because of being, hot and humid. But please don't feel bad for me. We're surviving. We got this. Look, I'm blessed, you know, and so I'm not complaining about my situation. I'm just letting people know about my situation, you know. But yes, please pray that we get power back, because this going back and forth between the camper and the house, it's getting old. We're on day 5 now. So last night was our fifth full night of no power, and today's our 5th day of no power. So I'm praying that we get it back today. The last time we lost power 3 years ago, we were out for 5 days. We got it back on the 5th day in the afternoon. So, but the tree damage was a little more extensive this time. The power wasn't knocked out near like on our property that we can see, but there's a, what did he call it? A switch. There's a switch on the pole that, like, it's hard to describe what it is, but there's these switches that if they pop open, that's what, like, it breaks that connection. It keeps the power from going any further. Like, it, you know, it's missing that connection, and so it's like kind of like popping a breaker, you know, where you have to reset the breaker to get the power to come back, right? That's kind of the same kind of concept as the switch on the power poles. It just looks like a little thing like this up at the top of the poles, that if it's popped open like this, it's not, there's no power. So they're literally, we'll have to fix the power lines. That there's some houses behind us on this road. There's a ravine behind our house, and then houses, and then a road, and then houses on the other side of the road, and then apartments. So the houses that are on the other side of the ravine and on the other side of the road from that set of houses, we're all without power, because we're all on this, like, our power lines are above ground for our little circuit. And so if a tree is knocked onto the power lines and disconnects our power, it does it for the whole circuit of people. So there's actually a light and a couple restaurants right up the road from us that are also without power for the whole time. And it's so weird where the power's out for these restaurants, because it's just a little tiny area of people right there that are without power too. So we've had to travel further away for restaurants, which I say further away, but there's another McDonald's there's a McDonald's this direction from me, and then there's another one that direction from me. So they're like, this one's closer. This one's about a mile and a half, 2 miles away. It takes like less than 10 minutes to get there, like 5 minutes maybe. So, but you just have to drive through, you know, there's a certain way you have to go, and it takes a few, you know, it gives you that few extra minutes. Anyway, I am going on and on and on about this. Okay, so let me show you my mom's blanket. I will have more progress to show on Friday when Marianne and I do our episode 2 of Finish It or Focus on It Fridays. Because you know what? I will have power this week. I know I will, because God will provide, and I'm so thankful that He has provided what He has for us for the last 5 days. So anyway, oh, I have to pull this out in a certain way. I forgot, because this blanket, I have had more issues with my yarn tangling, so I'm trying to pull a page from the Cat's Meow blanket, and I went through actually yesterday and laid this out and untangled them all and put them in a better order in my bag that I have them in, so that way maybe when I flip it, you know, and work on the front side and back side of this blanket, it will keep it from tangling. So right now they're all untangled, but I can show you. It's gonna be upside down because this one I don't want to flip around, but if you look, this right here is the beginning of a heart, and then they're framed. It's black yarn, so it's kind of hard to show you. They're framed, each block is going to be framed with baubles. Then the next block is This is beginnings of you can see this one, the beginnings of a dog bone. Isn't that cool? This is what's keeping me going, because you know what? This is like 11 or 12 rows of single crochets. That's it. And it has almost 200. But I've done this much work and I see this progress and I go, I don't want to pull it out. You know, I did it with the cat's meow because it works up so much faster than this. But this doesn't work up too bad. There's the other heart, and like I said, you can see each square is framed with these baubles. And then it has another dog bone, and then one more heart. After these squares are done, it's actually going to move to, oh, I'm about to drop this. Alright, I'm going to put this back and then I'll show you the pattern, well, the chart. I can't show you the pattern because I'm pretty sure I paid for this one. So, I think I twisted up my yarn a little bit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I paid for this one. Purchased via website, yep. Yeah, this is a paid for pattern. It is called the I don't know, so it's called Gleefully Crocheting One-Piece Crochet Blankets. So it's done without cutting any yarn. So this is theirs. I don't know if you can see the dog bones and paw prints and hearts and stuff. Oh, because the person's name is Glee Workman. That's their name, I guess. But this one's specifically called Bones and Paws, but there's also hearts too. So I'll show you this real quick. I don't want to show it too long because again, it's paid for. So I have actually taken, it comes with the charts printed out a little, like pretty decent size. It's 3 sheets of paper, actually 4 sheets of paper. I've kind of cut and taped together, and I actually fold it, and it's almost page size, so it fits, you know. This one's a little shorter. These ones are a little shorter than the first one for some reason. Oh, the first one has, the first set of these is, I have stuff written at the bottom of it, so I had to leave the bottoms a little longer, so that's why they're taller than the rest of these charts that I have cut out. Yes, it was time consuming, but you know what? This is what I'm marking off. As I get done with a row, I will mark off, and it's easy enough. They're big enough that I can count them. I can see them. It's a lot easier than the cat's meow chart. That chart needs to be bigger for sure. But even that one, I cut out and taped together the 4 pieces of the chart. But it definitely needs to be a little bigger for sure. But I mean, I don't really use this part of the cat's meow to count. I use the amazing row numbers, or the counts that they have in the pattern, to make sure I have it. The only reason I have the pattern or the chart printed out is to make sure my blocks are lining up correctly. So if like I'm supposed to be 1 over for the next row up, and I'm lining up like that, that's what I mean. But yeah, like this one for the dog bone, I literally had this laying out like this on the table in front of me, and to be honest, every other row I don't have to do bobbles, so I literally just have to single crochet across, but I have to color change as I go across, which isn't that hard. But I have my numbers written on here at the bottom of my chart of how many, I don't know if you can see that number written right there, it says 24, of how many single crochets I need to do in that color before I switch to the next color. And so I can see where my color changes are, but like it allows me to go back and count and make sure I have the correct number, and that before I make, even though it may line up when I do my color change, I want to make sure that that last section of color has the correct number of stitches, so that way when I get to my bobble row, I don't have to go back and frog it out and redo it. There are times, there have been a handful of times I've been working on this Bones and Paws blanket that I've actually forgotten to finish the bobble, because you do five single crochets, not double crochets, not half doubles, but single crochets in one stitch. And then you do the same thing you do with the other bobbles, where you pull it out and you like go back to the first one and then join to the last one, and you like slip stitch it and then continue on. There have been a few times, more than a few times I'm sure, I've actually forgotten to finish them off and I just keep going. So when I come back across with my single crochets, I've noticed it and I go, oh well, you know what I do then? I take both sets of single crochets from either end of the bobble and just pull them together and continue on. And it still works out the same way, even though it's, you know, not done the way that it was intended to be done. So, oh my goodness, I am really good at just jibbering. I already had a video come out today, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this, because this is for August 5th, day 5. But I wanted to basically, I think what I'm gonna do is just do a weekly update on my Vlogust. I don't think I'm going to do daily episodes. I might do daily episodes only because I don't know what I was going to say. Only to have videos to put out, right? It'll give me something for August to do, you know, and have something every day. But this week, I was actually supposed to be on vacation this week, but because of the power outage, we made the decision to stay back at home and not do our trip that we had planned, which we were going to go see a hot air balloon festival out in western Nebraska, but there's always next year. And yeah, so we'll just get started with homeschool this week. Today we're not doing it, obviously, because there's no power in the house. I could have them drag all their stuff out here, which is not a lot. Well, for the older two it is, kind of, but not really, because I have my middle child's stuff in a tote that he could literally just drag out here to the camper and we could work on it, because we have tables. And honestly, the middle child, my 10-year-old son, he lays on the floor and does his school in the house anyway, so it's not like he needs a table in the camper. And then my daughter, you know, she could work on her. We could have gotten school done today, but I need the computer for my youngest, because he's using a curriculum that we utilize the computer for. Yes, I do have access to the website on my phone, but it's just easier to use a computer with him. And we have the big desk that it sits on, that I can be sitting at the computer end of it and he's at the other end of it, you know, with his workbook in front of him and does his coloring or whatever, and he just sits there and watches the computer screen from a little bit of an angle. But it's a big computer screen, so like I said, we could have done it, but I'm waiting for power to be restored. Hopefully by tomorrow we can be back in the house. We may not do school till Wednesday, because tomorrow, I think if we do have power back by tomorrow, we're going to concentrate on getting everything set back up, everything plugged back in, and get the house cleaned up, because it has been left to be. We have left it as is as of Wednesday night, but I have done a little bit of cleaning here and there in the mornings when it's decent in the house. So I told you I have to have something in my hand, so I saw this sitting here on the table and I'm like itching to play with it. But I'm also I have to have something in my hand. I don't know. I think I might get off here and go get myself a drink. Yes, I know I need to drink water, but I plan on doing that later. But I need a soda. Like, I had a caffeinated beverage this morning and it just wasn't the flavor I wanted. You know, I don't know if I'm just weird, but like, it's one of those things, like, it gets me by. right? You know, but I just have come to prefer other things. And so, but the McDonald's that I could go to and get a soda from is they have no power. Last I knew, they had no power, so I can't even go to that McDonald's. So I don't know where I'm gonna go to get a drink. I suppose I could just run to the gas station, to one of the gas stations around us, and grab a soda. I just need, I want something bubbly, like a carbonated beverage, but I don't like the clear beverages, you know, the carbonated water beverages, the flavored ones. I don't like those. So I don't know, I might run up to a gas station and grab us some sodas, or just some carbonated beverages, because I could get a sparkling ice drink that's carbonated but has less sugar in it. Y'all, listen, I appreciate each and every one of you for praying for me, and just you know, just listening to my silliness and my jabbering, my jibber jabbering as I call it. I listen to my videos back and I'm just like, I don't know. I am glad that I can be in your ear while you crochet, while you work on something, or while you're driving or something, and you're entertained by me. Like, I don't see myself as entertaining. I don't see myself as, you know, a popular person, which I don't necessarily want to be. I do want to be monetized, I think, eventually. I am sitting at, y'all, I'm almost at 1,050 subscribers, and I just am blown away at that. I have not checked my YouTube analytics in a while. Been a little busy. Well, let me change that. I haven't really been busy, because with no power, there's not much to do around the house. I mean, cleaning in the house, and I can't do laundry. I'm not running the dishwasher, so I'm having to hand wash the little bit of dishes that we accumulate over the last several days. But I'm also trying to minimize how much we use in dishes, so I'm having having us all use paper plates and plastic utensils that we can throw away. Yes, we're creating more trash, but less dishes. And thankfully we have water, so we can do showers. It's just, I could probably run the dishwasher and be okay. It's just easy. I mean, I grew up washing hand washing dishes, so I'm used to it. Well, not anymore, but you know, it brings back memories of sitting at the sink washing the dishes with my siblings. I say siblings because I've grown up with step siblings, of which I'm no longer, like, we're no longer step family anymore. We're broken up, but we're still in contact. So my stepdad's still my stepdad, even though he's not officially married to my mom anymore. So yeah, I still see them as family, just we're not, I don't know, I don't refer to them as my step family anymore, except for my stepdad. Because it's just easier, if you know who my stepdad is, then it's just easier to say my stepdad, so-and-so, you know, whatever. So I don't know where I was going with that. I should probably just end this video. It's already over 30 minutes, and those take forever to load. I don't know why I do this, but you know, I'm trying. Oh, watch hours. I don't know how many I have. I will have to look and see. I may do. I saw somebody on YouTube posting where they're using their dog as, like, oh, how did they say it? So and so's watching the watch hours, and they're seeing this many watch hours left to go, or something like that. Like a watch, like so and so's watch, you know. I don't remember how they worded it, so it's not coming out right. But yeah, if I had to guess, I'm sitting somewhere over 1,000. I think I'm still under halfway to the 30,000 to get monetized. And by the way, if you've made it this far, I cannot remember their names, and I don't know if they want me to say their names, but I had 2 people Wow, I put one finger up and I meant to put two. 2 people donate to the channel, to myself, using my Ko-fi link. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am blown away at your generosity. Like, I cannot believe how much was donated. Like, you know, if you were to donate anything to me, like, I would only expect you guys to do a minimum of the one minimum, what is like $5. But the 2 people that donated did way more than that, and I'm blown away. It's gonna allow me to actually go and buy. I gotta figure out how to get it off of my PayPal though, and use it without doing too much moving around of money and stuff. What I might do is I might just use my credit card and just put the money from my PayPal back into our account and call it good like that. It's just easier. But it's going to allow me to buy yarn to finish a project that I started on before the power, like probably 2 weeks ago at this point, that I'm anxious to actually finish because it's turning out really pretty. And it may be one I actually wear. I don't know. Or it may be something I end up selling in the future. It just depends on how it turns out. If it's my style, like it's my style in the color sense and the way it looks. But when I mean style is if I'm actually going to wear it, you know, like I will buy clothes and take it home and put them on and go, I don't like this as much as I thought I would. And I'll either return it or I'll give it to my daughter if it fits her. Because, oh my goodness, I can't believe she's getting big enough to start wearing my clothes. So, old enough, I should say, not big enough, old enough. She's starting to wear my size of clothes with shirts. So, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna get off here, y'all. I appreciate y'all being here, and that is the longest update I've ever done on 2 blankets. And I appreciate you all, so don't forget, it's a beautiful day to be kind and positive and to go out and create beautiful things. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye, friends.